alone. And I learned to juggle when I worked in a grocery store. In the produce department. So first I like to get to know my audience a little bit. So I want to know how many people juggle a little bit. Ken?
Like jobs or most?
Okay, that helps. So first I want to tell you about this gorilla that walked into a restaurant. And the gorilla asked the waiter for a Coke and gave him a $10 bill. And the waiter thought, I bet this gorilla doesn't know how to, make change. So he gave the gorilla a Coke and 15 cents back. And then he was making small talk and he said, we don't get many gorillas in our restaurant. And the gorilla said, well, you know what, $9.85 a Coke, you aren't going to get me back either. So now I need a little help because I have 2 balls, but I need 3 because almost anybody can juggle 2. So I wonder if I could get a little help from the audience. Larissa, do you want to help me? You want to come up and help me? Yeah, if you want to. Okay. Well, first I want to tell you a joke. Knock knock. Orange. Orange, you gonna go get me a lemon over there so I can juggle? Okay. Now I just need. Can one of you get me started and throw this up so I can catch it? Okay. Oops. That was kind of funny. Okay, we'll try it again. That was my fault, not yours. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so thank you. You can sit down. How about a hand for Larissa and her little company? Thank you. Sit down now. I just need to get started a little bit. So this is your basic juggling, and then as some of you may know, some of these, this is kind of juggling. This is actually how I learned to juggle, like around, which is actually kind of harder than, basic. Now, believe me, I'm gonna do a little. I can juggle closer. I can go up high, and I'm gonna do, some pretty spectacular things. First, I want to tell you about the horse that walked into a restaurant, and the waiter said, "Why the long face?" Okay, now we're going to do some big time juggling. Please don't try this at home. I'm going to go under the leg. Many of this, especially, can be very dangerous. Okay, so the past, the present, and the future walk into a room. It was really tense. Okay, a rabbit walked into a restaurant. The rabbit hopped up on the stool, and the waiter came over, and the rabbit said, "I'd like some grapes." And the waiter says, "We don't serve grapes in here." So the rabbit jumped down and left. The next day, the rabbit comes back in, hops up on the stool, and says, "I'd like some grapes." And the waiter says, "I told you yesterday, we don't serve grapes. We never serve grapes. We don't have grapes here. You're going to have to leave now." So the rabbit jumped down and he left. And actually, he told him before he left, he said, "If you come back again and ask for grapes, I'm going to nail your fuzzy little tail to the floor." Sorry, that's a little harsh, but that's just what it was. So the next day, the rabbit comes in and hops up on the stool, and the waiter comes over, and they're kind of staring each other down. The waiter's a little upset. He said, "You better not be asking for grapes today." And the bunny looked at him, and the rabbit looked at him and said, "Oh, no, I'm not going to ask for any grapes. Do you have any nails?" And the waiter says, No, I don't have any nails." "Well, do you have any grapes then?" for the biggest, the finale, the behind your back. Again, don't try this at home. And don't try it with 2 racquetballs. I hope nobody was missing the racquetballs today because I knew some guys were playing racquetball. And I'm sure they saw me sculling around looking for the racquetballs. But I did have permission to use the racquetballs. And there's a green one somewhere, but I had to use a lemon, so. All right. Right again.
You can do it.
Sometimes it takes more than once. Because I haven't done this in a long time.
Come on.
So close.
You can do it, Jim. Come on. Come on, Jim. Woo! You can do it.
Okay, I have one more joke. I have more, but I'm going to just stop one. This one's actually for Brad. Okay, a neutron walks into a bar and asks for a Coke. It says, "How much for the Coke?" And the waiter says, "For you, Mr. Neutron, no charge."